up, nigga?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Well, welcome back to Thursday Night Roski. The second longest running episodic programming live stream here on YouTube. You in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish. The King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth. Yours truly, the Notorious One, a.k.a. Mr. Coach Alini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than... EWF, that is every woman's fantasy, but you can call me CGA, see God Allah, and I be the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. We got a great show for you today. Today, we're going to talk about mistakes that men have made in dealing with women and people in general in our interpersonal relationships that have probably led us to the red pill. All right. Yes, indeed. And we're going to use Alan Roger Currie, RIP, the legendary dating coach. Alan Roger Currie has a concept called Mode 1, in which we're going to dissect. We're not going to agree with it 100%, but we can learn from this one and how we deal with people and possibly see where we've made mistakes in dealing with people and women that have given us the results that we've had in our lives, and possibly make some corrections where you see fit in learning how to deal with women and people. Maybe your past relationships and your past marriages failed, and we like, oh, my ex-wife exercised hypergamy, right? But did we possibly make mistakes? Part of being a man and a masculine man is holding yourself accountable and admitting where you made mistakes. And I've been one of the people who said, hey, I've made plenty of mistakes in relationships that, you know, it's easy to pass off how the woman behaved and reacted to our mistakes. But I made mistakes. I given away commitments where they weren't necessary. All right. I wasn't direct. I wasn't holding masculine frame. I wasn't holding myself accountable and being a leader. And therefore, women reacted in kind. So we're going to learn from ourselves and hold ourselves accountable here, and perhaps learn from a legendary individual who is no longer with us, but we're going to pay homage to him as well in his philosophy. Mode 1. All right. But we're going to talk about, more importantly, Mode 2, Mode 3, and Mode 4, because a lot of us and a lot of new dating coaches exhibit Mode 4 behavior. Yes. Mode 4 behavior in when they're trying to get you to participate in the spinning plates and all of these cold approach techniques. We're going to see if you actually are a man and direct man, or are you indirect? Are you weak and passive? And or are you a covert misogynist, right? Are you that? When we look at Mode 1 or Mode 2, we also have Straggle and Sniggle Theater and some other stuff, including, the subtitle right there. A man says that if you were outside in the 90s, in the 2000s, and you're still outside
in these streets,
you ran through. All right, you ran through. The guy looks familiar here, but I cannot quite identify him. But we're going to take a look at him. Use ran through. He's talking about the women. But also, can men be run through? Nope. All right. I hear women saying things like, you're ran through. I don't get ran through. All right. Here, I run through women. I'm telling you. I run through them. We're talking about ran through. All right. Come on, man. But to contribute to today's show, $, the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal is paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel, where you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat. On the Free Agent Lifestyle channel, just so you guys know, Venmo is down for the count. Down goes Venmo. All right, Venmo is down according to everybody. So if you did donate via Venmo, all right, you shit out of luck right now, Chuck. So we'll see if they can get on board maybe later on in the day or the evening or something like that. Down goes Venmo. It's crazy. But we're trying to better ourselves as men in many, many ways. And yes, that's what we're going to do in many, many ways. We're bettering ourselves. All right. We're taking no shows and no losses, man. Shout out to everybody here scheduling coaching calls, man. The coaching calls have been fantastic. Great response for them. I would say there's probably, I'm going to do 2 tonight after today's show. We've already done 2 since we started announcing we. That means me. All right. But starting announcing that we're bringing back the coaching calls. We've reduced them to 50%. All right. 50% of what they were since 2022, since COVID. And people have responded positively to them. I've had some very positive calls going forward, and I'm already booked all the way through the weekend and all of that stuff. So I appreciate the people that have booked some coaching calls, and you guys are going to see me post more about those and all of the other things that we got going on here in 2025, because it's the year of the boss up.
Boss up, nigga.
Not only the boss up for me, but the boss up for everybody else. We're taking it to the next level. Okay, we're taking this content to the next level, and we made warnings. We got rid of the Mitches, all right? We got rid of the niggas that won't want to do nothing and don't want to spend on themselves and invest in themselves. We got rid of the niggas that's trying to guilt you out of being better, all right? We got rid of these niggas.
Boss up, nigga.
All right, all the Grift Adams, Ninja, all right? We got rid of all of that mindset here. And I spent a lot of time slapping the fuck out of these Mitches, all right, with that mindset over here. We trying to win. I win. You win. We all win.
Boss up, nigga.
All right, and it's Boss Up 2025. So anyway, if you want to book that coaching call, you go to right here. And there's a guy right here still booking through Clarity. I've had 2 people book through Clarity. And I'm like, nah, man, you want the video calls over there on Calendly. That's what you want it over there. I can never say that name. But it says the boat coaching call. It's supposed to say book. All right, but book the coaching call. And you can get it over there, man, over there at calendly.com/Coach Greg Adams. Also doing those on the road. I'm going to be on the road quite a bit here, and you're going to miss me tomorrow. I won't be here in the morning, but yeah, it's going crazy over here. It's ham. It's litty. And the coaching call responses for this week has been great. All right, so I want to say there's 7 or 8 calls here we booked pretty much since Monday, since announcing that's what we were doing. Anyway, we got a great show for you today. Let me get to the earlier contributors to today's show. Speaking of, we have Nathaniel. All right, I got that from the Outcast CD. He says, hey, Coach, shout out to you and the Coach Gang. To me, your show is an investment and valuable to change some things in my personal life. He says, whenever I learn something, he says it is for where I think that's a comma there, but he says, whenever I learn something, here's to a great show, brother, and hit the like button. Hit me the lights, don't pass the scroll. But I'll be dropping so much information, man, and I'm getting to the point where I realize the information I give you is very valuable only if you apply it to yourself. And I'm giving you literally the cheat code to be able to get to the point of your life. Get to the life that you want. You create the life that you want, and then in kind, you turn around and you have people that will more than likely do what you need them to do in that life. And if they're not doing it and you got to convince them to do it, pull teeth, you got to get rid of them as early as possible. Now, you also got to identify the fakers. And there's always going to be fakers, man. There's always going to be fakers, particularly when you're dealing with romantic relationships. Women are good at faking. They're good at faking. So you got to be able to detect these things because they have a goal in mind as well. And their goal is you. All right. Their goal is you.
And that's you.
Their plan is you. So watch when you get into negotiations, when dealing with them, if you have leveraging options still, you got to be able to stand on your square and stand on business when you're dealing with them, because they know how to bat their eyes, man. They know how to bat their eyes and tuck their chin to their chest, and they know how to do all that shit, man. They're very good at it. And they're very good at getting you to make a commitment that you did not intend. We're going to talk about this with Alan Roger Currie. All right. Anyway, we also have Josh Finley in the building. He says, that's what he says. All right. With the blue sleeves. That's exactly what he says. All right. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, Josh. And we have our brother here, Rockman Ingram, is in the building. I call you Rockman. All right. Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. We got our brother here. Campster Email says a couple of days away from getting back into my house. That was from earlier today, but Campster Email is back, and he's dealing with a toxic girlfriend or ex-wife. Man, it gets like that. It bees like that. All right, shout out to Chris Mack, caught the Tony Yayo reference and all of that in a bag of chips ahoy. But anyway, we got our brothers here on Straggle and Sniggle Theater. I guess this is Straggle and Sniggle Theater. I got a couple of videos here. Let me see what I'm going to do. I'm going to reorder these videos. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go right here. Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Straggle and Sniggle Theater, just give me the likes, don't pass the scroll. Moga, 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 molo. All right, we got Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We're going to start with our brother Israel Padilla out here. He's asking how to pull a girl. All right, he always asks people that. I believe he's a short king like myself, and he's out here hustling, doing street interviews in Gordita Central. All right. In Gordita Central, all right. My chain broke in my sleeve here. I was wondering what that was. But Israel Padilla is a street interview legend out here. So shout out to him. He gave us our favorite Gordita, the 5 chubby fingers or the 10 chubby fingers girl. All right, let's just say it's more than the 10 fingers. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's our wonderful Gordita. But Israel is out here and he's asking a Chad, let's just say, quote unquote, a Chad, how does he pull girls? All right. On Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Give me some tips how to pull a girl.
Have a better attitude.
Yeah, just be nice.
Be nice. You know, kindness is king. Kindness is king.
I'll use that.
What's that?
I'm going to use that.
Yeah, do it.
Take care, pimp. Hey, you're very attractive.
Oh, no.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
Oh, no. All right. Oh, my goodness. All right. Yeah, he's going to have to learn from Alan Roger Currie tonight. That didn't work, sir. Kindness is king. All right. But that tragic mulatto said, no, nigga, no. So that Chad over there, we're going to call him a Chad for all intents and purposes. He didn't have the game right to how to pull a girl there. The nice shit didn't work. Alan Roger Currie can confirm. All right. Oh, no. Oh. Now, I'm putting cases on everybody out here, man. That's terrible. Tragic. You failed, sir. All right. I think what happens is now we're going to see mode 4 behavior by Israel because this is what happens here. Now we're going to see mode 4 behavior by Israel because he's like, damn. All right. Look at him. Uh-oh.
He said kindness is key.
Oh.
Fucking liar, man.
Oh,
you see that chat? That's why you gotta be rude to these hoes.
Oh my goodness, Israel. That's unlike you, sir. All right, just be nice. Kindness is king, but we know that ain't gonna work for most people here. It might work for some, but it doesn't work for most. Merp. I want to see that mulatto again. Turn him down. She was like, nah. Kindness is king is no bueno. You know, men are trying to find advice on how to deal with women. You know what I mean? And so they're scouring the internet. Of course, they're not investing in themselves. They're just going out here, just approaching. I'll be nice. I'll be mean. All right. I'll be mean to these hoes. Yes, man. It's crazy here. So let's say it again here. The nice guy routine. Here we go right here.
Hey, you're very attractive.
Oh, no. Damn. All right. We wish more guys will approach us. Guys need to approach us. Oh. Yeah, there we go right there. That mulatto was like, no, thank you. I like her little puff back there, her afro puff. That's her real hair, too. Damn, you got the, all right, you got the, damn. You got the no-go. She didn't even part her lips. Oh, no, damn. All right, there it is right there. It happens to the best of us. All right, Israel Padilla, too. He got caught in 4K. Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We have on YouTube, the monetized dating marketplace, we have Escorts telling you what happens when they double book clients. All right, I'm ready for this shit. All right, here we go right here. Take a look at that right there. All right, my goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
Those are some bodacious tatas right there. All right, and those ears hang low, and they definitely wobble to and fro. I'm pretty sure those are falsies. Those are bolt-ons, but boy, are they low. All right. They're in the middle of her stomach at this particular point, but hey, you know, I could skeet on those. All right, we have an escort saying, well, what happens when you double book clients? What do you do in preparation for double booking clients? By the way, this video's on YouTube, so it's no secret. Let's let her rip.
We have back-to-back clients with fast booking turnarounds, and here is everything you'll need. Black sheets and towels. They last longer and they hide messes the best. You need mouthwash cups, non-female scented body wash, tissues, ample condoms, and I recommend getting air freshener spray. Then I found the real dance here is just getting one client out, cleaning up, getting yourself ready, communicating with another client, the next one, and making sure that it doesn't come up too quickly, all while keeping your cool. And so what I like to do is just get the previous client out as quickly as possible. I use his old laundry to clean up the bathroom. I just simply swap out one flat sheet on the bed for another and smooth it all out, tidy myself up as best I can, and I never give the next client the room details until I am ready. You do not want a scenario where one client knocks on the door because they so frequently don't listen to instructions, or your two clients run into each other in the hallway. This is
yeah, man. Oh my goodness. You know, peace leaves can take a pounding. You know what I mean? You just go ahead. She just let you get your nut off and clean up your shit with the top sheet. All right. I do shit like this too. You know what I mean? I got my own thing. I got my Swiffer. All right. I got my Swiffer and take off the top sheet. Yeah, that'll do sometimes in a pinch. Sometimes I got a double book too. You know what I mean? I'll be like, well, you know, I'll handle it. But boy, oh boy, we got
that's nasty.
Nasty women out here. All right, boy, they just double booking on niggas today, man. I'm telling you, and yes, you've had a girl double book you. Trying. You've had a girl double book you. All right, you definitely have had a girl double book you. Hi. All right, man, it's getting tough out here for you guys. All right, your girlfriend double books too. All right, if you actually met a woman on a date, like if you took her out on her first couple dates, she double booked you. She either had you go first, meaning that she met you for the date. All right. She met you for the date, and then she went and screwed somebody after you dropped her home, or she screwed somebody and then met you for the date. Yes, normally chicks do it as well. All right, but here we go right here. This is great information here.
It's so much easier when you have a booking agent who can be like doing all this communication for you. But the reality is you have to pay for that, right? And most people don't want to do that. So you can still handle this smoothly without having somebody do it for you. Just make sure you're communicating as much as possible with your clients. Let them know I'm 5 minutes away, I'm 10 minutes away. If you do have two clients back to back, tell the second client ahead of time that you might be out of communication. You don't need to give him a reason why. It doesn't matter if he suspects the reason. Just let him know that you'll hear from me 15 minutes before the booking. You can even say something like, I'm going to be with my mom and I'm going to be getting to our booking just in time.
All right, Australian chicas, man, I'm going to tell you, man, these Australian girls, and boy, does she look strong. I'm going to tell you, man, these Australian girls be 304. And your booking agent? Oh, my goodness. Booking agent. What the hell? Oh, my God. No way. All right, your booking agent, a.k.a. your security guard, your manager, your pimp, Andrew Tate. All right, your madam. All right, Heidi Fleiss. Heidi ho. Heidi Fleiss. Shout out to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, your booking agent. All right. Well, she doesn't have a booking agent. She's a man, or she's a woman that handles her own business. All right. Anything else you want to add to this, ma'am?
So if you don't hear from me, please don't worry about it, but I will definitely text you 15 minutes before the booking. And then just do your best to do that. Even when your previous client is showering and freshening up, you can be texting the next client to let them know and calm their nerves. The reality is clients do get stood up by escorts. So if you just communicate with them ahead of time, they'll be sweet.
Oh my goodness, Ninja.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you ever been through a brothel, that's exactly what happens. All right. So anyway, wowzers. All right. They're doing this right here in their home. Did I tell you the story of I actually walked in on a woman who booked me, but she thought I was a client, but I was a personal trainer? I'll tell that story again. It's quite funny if we have time. All right. But I still got Straggle and Sniggle to do, and remind me to tell you the story. We have this guy right here. Anybody know what his name is? He looks familiar. He looks like he's a comedian. Maybe I'm wrong here. But this guy says right here, everybody is ran through. What do you guys think? Everybody is ran through. And I think he's talking about the women. He's saying all these women are 304s here. And particularly if you were out here in the streets in the 2000s and 1990, Okay. You're ran through.
I'm going to the streets. End of story.
All right, here we go here. There he is, and yes, he's a grown-ass man dressed like a teenager. All right, but it happens. Let's play the video here.
Oh, everybody ran through.
Oh.
If you was outside from 99 in the early 2000s and you still outside, you ran through.
Yeah.
I wasn't outside.
Yeah.
That's motherfucking
And I'm
20
old as fuck,
at
and I
this
still
point.
went outside. Yeah.
That's 26 All-Star games. That's 26 spring breaks. That's 26 summer jams. That's 26 Jay-Z concerts.
It ain't no more pussy left.
Man, you done fucked everything.
Oh, no.
If you was outside in the year 2000 and you still outside.
2000. Trust me, I done fucked in every decade. I was, man.
Every generation.
Come on, man. I was fucking when they had Nextel Church.
Oh, no.
I was fucking when Bitch You Can't Do It Like Me first came out. I was fucking through the Snap movement. I was fucking through Cash Money and No Limits Ride. I was fucking through the first mixtape, Wayne.
You got some sidekick pussy, like
man, I done fucked. Man, you know how many bitches done left a sidekick?
BBM pussy.
Right at the end of Beepers, nigga.
Oh, my goodness, sir.
In these streets.
All right, he talking about the men, too. You know what I mean? That's 26. Well, that's not exactly 26 Freakniks, but yeah, it's definitely 26 spring breaks and all-star game. He has a point here. He has a point. It does get away from you quite a bit because anybody that wants to go back to the 90s, well, yeah, you fucked in like 3 decades, going on 4. Yeah, you've been in these streets too, man.
I'm going to the streets. End of story.
And I put myself in there because I'm still in these damn streets out here.
I'm going to the streets. End of story.
All right, so I'm not ran through though. All right, I run through. All right, yeah, my man said always yelling. All right, but we all been outside, ladies, you too. And
In these streets.
the funny thing is, those 2 women on the couch tried to say, "Well, I wasn't outside." All right, we're going to go back and review that. They tried to say they wasn't outside, though.
Beepers, high school.
Oh, that's
Because cell phones was still on minutes when I was in high school. It don't matter who the fuck
And they had
you was.
the snake game on.
Come on, man.
Snake. All right, shout out to this guy right here. He does look familiar. There he is right there. I don't know quite who he is. I'm not good with pop culture, but shout out to him right here. He does look quite familiar. There he is right there. All right, everybody ran through. Oh, no, ladies, you too.
In these streets.
Ladies, you too. All right.
Everybody ran through. If you was outside from 99 in the early 2000s and you still outside, you ran through.
Oh, man, that's true. This is true. All right, or you run through.
Yeah.
I wasn't outside.
All right, look it. Look, I wasn't outside in the 2000s. All right, come on, ma'am. Are you...
Silence, you fool.
All right, you see how women lie? You know what I mean? Ladies, this is how y'all lie. Well, I wasn't outside. Ma'am, you sound like an old country ass lady. You sounds like somebody auntie trying to hide that wig under your baseball cap. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor calling it a hair hat. All right, you trying to hide your wig under, and why so much hair again, ladies? Chocolate women, just ease up on all the hair. This shit looks ridiculous. Nobody has all that hair. Only Dominicans and Colombians have all of that fucking hair. Chill the hell out on that hair. All right, but anyway. Well, I wasn't outside in the you surely were. And look at the light skin, the red bone about to lie too. Look, she about to lie too.
Yeah.
That's motherfucking
And I'm
20
old as fuck,
at
and I
this
still
point.
went outside.
Ma'am. Come on, ma'am. I'm old as fuck and I still wasn't outside. Lies. All right, come on, man.
Silence, you fool.
Hey, women be waking up lying when they get called out. And you know she lying. Body language. She like, I'm old, but I was stop. They just be lying. All right. And look at the other lady. No, she lying.
Oh, the humanity.
All right. Stop. Hey, stop.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Yep. Looking down to the left, scratching her head, just lying. Ma'am probably got 2 baby daddies at least. Probably a single mama at best. just get up just lying when you get called out. Well, I wasn't out. And then he had to say, oh, really? Okay, so let's keep count here.
That's 26 All-Star games. That's 26 spring breaks.
Facts.
That's 26 summer jams.
And look at her twirling her hair in the background. You was outside in these streets. Stop.
In these streets.
26 summer jams, all right? Come on, man. Come on. 15 Freakniks. Talking about I wasn't outside. Yep. Early terminations. Yep. Four minimum early terminations of pregnancy. She definitely been a parenthood talking about, well, I.
That's 26 Jay-Z concerts.
Facts.
Ain't no more pussy left.
All right, man. I tell you, man, they be out here lying. I was. They be out here ran through. Oh my goodness. All right. That's Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Straggle and Sniggle. All right, we out. We out. It's the evening show. A little laissez-faire. Do me a favor, hit the like button. We getting it. Coming up here, we have It's an Evil World We Live In. And we're going to get down into the dirties here. We're going to talk about some stuff here. But do me a favor, man. Contribute to the day show if you can. And shit be going on out here. Shout out to the Empire Podcast. What's your favorite thing about being a father? All right, my favorite thing about being a father. That is a good question right there. All right, I would say watching your kids grow up. Watching your kids grow up. So if you do want to be a father, and yes, we talk about what it takes to be a father. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my kids, right? And still will be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on them from this point on. So being a father isn't free. It is not free. You're going to spend a lot of money, and they're going to put you through a lot of stress. My favorite thing about being a father is watching them grow up. And, you know, if you think about it, like, you know, depending on how old you are, think about it. You don't remember a lot of things about your early life. You don't remember when you were 2 and 3 and 5 and 6, sometimes 7 and 8. You might remember a few things, but you don't remember everything vividly. But hey, when you're a parent, you get to see your kids. You can remember them, and they do grow up, man. Kids grow up. It is amazing to see a kid go through a baby where they don't remember them pissing and shitting on you and throwing up on you and keeping you up late at night and fussing and screaming. Okay, they don't remember you getting sleepless nights and all of that stuff, putting them through stress and strife and getting sick on you, and you know. But you do remember the fun times, and they won't even remember those things. They won't remember them, right? They don't remember really years 0 to 6. They will have some things that they will carry on from that, but they don't really remember those things, and you will have those memories. And then what you'll see is them grow up and to be an early adult, a young adult, and you know, they'll be a different person. They're going to be a different person than they were as a child. So now they're a young adult, and they have their, you know, they only remember maybe the last 5 or 6 years of their lives vividly. The last 5 or 6 years, really up to 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade. It's a kind of just fuzzy for them. It's not as exactly clear. And as they get older, those things will be kind of like, oh, I'll remember a thing here and there, but you'll forget. But you remember all of those things. So watching them grow up, it's got to be the best thing, because you'll have a lot of memories that they won't, and vice versa. All right. Oh, by the way, you'd be surprised at what they remember. Okay. So that's another thing. You'll be surprised at what they remember, because they'll tell you a memory and you're like, damn, you remember that? Or you won't remember it. And you're like, oh, that's interesting that they remembered that. That was vivid to them. You know, sometimes it was something traumatic. Sometimes it was something that made them happy, and they'll tell you about it. And they're like, I remember that Christmas. So those are some of the things, their memories, your memories of them. And yeah, it's big time. It's big time. So it's good to see that. And that's why fathers are important. Okay. That's why fathers are important. And if you're lucky to be a part of their lives, you can experience this. You can experience this. Yeah, they remember all the times you crashed out on them and yelled at them and screamed at them. They remember that for sure. And you were like, I don't remember yelling and screaming at you, but they do. They remember when you whooped that ass. All right, they'll remember that stuff. All right, let me see here. That was a great question, by the way. the Empire podcast with a fantastic question. Yeah, but by the way, it's going to cost you a lot. You're going to age like crazy. All right, with that being said, I was going to tell you my story about when a woman that was an escort booked me, and she booked me for an escort session. All right, and I didn't know it. I swear to God, I didn't know it. All right, so let me tell you the story. We're going to go from raising kids to escort story. All right, but do I have time? I do. But one time, I'm working in Corona Del Mar on Pacific Coast Highway. They call it East Coast Highway, but it's really PCH all the way down. And a wonderful place. The beach is 2 blocks away. I'm working right there on Pacific Coast Highway. I worked there for 8 or 9 years, almost 10 years. It was a dream. All right, the best weather ever, and flatbacks running around all the time. You know what I mean? You get to see flatbacks running down the street, walking down the street, all right, with their dog and their family and their little buggy. All right, it was a flatback supreme. So this woman comes in, and she says she's looking for a personal trainer. So she comes into the gym, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know, I can help you out with that. I worked as an independent trainer in the gym. I say, I can help you out with that. What are you looking for, and this and that? So I said, I can train you in your home, which I did in-home training, which was not really in-home. It was in people's backyard, in their garage, you know, and these are people that had $3, $4, $5 million houses. So this wasn't like in a tight backyard. It was in a nice manicured landscape, Mexican landscape backyard. Anyway, she was like, oh, you don't have to, you know, you don't have to train me here. I could train at my house. And I was like, yeah. Right. So she was like, okay, cool. And so she got my number. I changed the number, and I was going to sell her and everything. And I think we communicated back and forth. And I was like, all right, so when do you want me to meet you? I can come start training you on X amount of days. So we're going back and forth. I fit her into my schedule, and I'm going to go train her at her house, the first training. So I parked my car, and she lived like around the corner from the gym, which I kind of was like, why? I was like, why is she booking? Why don't she just come to the gym? Normally, if people, I train them at their house, they live a little bit away, like a car drive away. I could have walked to her house. So, and then she lived in what we call basically in Corona Del Mar, they basically have their houses, but they're 2 different houses. So they have a front unit and a back unit. And they're like basically a townhouse, but they're nice. They're big. They're big. It's kind of like a front unit and a back unit. So anyway, she lived in the back unit of this big house. And I was already suspect because the back unit is always small. All right, the back unit is always hella small. So I was like, how the hell we going to do? And her backyard was very tight. So I was like, it's on Marguerite, by the way, for people who are familiar with this area. She lived on Marguerite. So I'm like, this is seeming weird. So I show up on the time of the appointment. Yeah, it's like a duplex, but it's built like a house. When you drive by them, it looks like one big house. Okay. And these are nice, fancy ass houses. So it's a fancy house. It looks like one big house, but it's essentially just a duplex. People own the front part of the house. You know, everybody has duplexes. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I go to the back unit. And I got like jump ropes and equipment and, you know, clipboard trainer shit. But I'm like, how the hell are we going to train back here? So I tell her, I'm outside. I'm here. And she basically is like, okay, come in. And so I was like, all right. I open the door and I walk in, and it's a bedroom. Okay, because it's the back unit. So I walk into a bedroom, and it's basically red light special going on. It was a dimly lit room, candles lit, and the bed was made, black sheets, just like that Australian chick described. And the song that was playing was Easy Lover. All right. She's an easy lover. She'll break your heart like you won't feel it. Right? Like no other. All right. So I walk into the room and shit with my equipment and shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck is this shit? All right. I'm like, what? All right. This is crazy, right? Like, and by the way, just so you guys know, This was like 2017, 2018. This is like peak CGA training. I got clients, you know what I mean? I'm like making money hand over fist. I'm busy. So I'm like, this is some weird shit. I'm almost like, damn, what does she got set up? Did she want to have sex or something like that? I didn't know what was going on. And she had this little room that had like the whole beads and shit. By the way, this is like a 40-year-old woman. This is like a 40-year-old woman. She don't look like what you would think is an escort, right? So she don't look like it. And she kind of was just like big. She wasn't big, but she wasn't slim. She just had big ass titties. So anyway, she had the whole beads and shit right here. And so she comes out of the beads like this with "She's an Easy Lover," right? Playing in the background of this dimly lit room. She comes out of the negligee. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like,
oh, the humanity.
And I'm standing there like, what is this shit?
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
And I'm like, and she was like, Greg? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, I thought you were my other regular client, Greg. I was like, bro. She was like, oh, you're the personal trainer. I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, yeah. I was like, it's all good. And she was like, you can stay if you want. I was like, I'm good. All right. I got up out of there, bro. Last time I heard from her, I was like, yeah, let me know if you want to train. All right. I'm good. All right. I was already cracking back flatbacks and $2 Kim Kardashians and shit. So I was like, I'm fine. I don't need no punani tonight. Nah. I thought you was my regular. All right. I was like, yo, you selling pussy back here? Oh my Lord. Selling pussy back here. That was some wild shit, bro. I was like, nah, man, because I got a calendar full of appointments. I'm like, nah, that's good. I was like, let me know if you need some training. Never heard from her again. So she wanted to train, not no training.
Trying.
So yeah, this dude, I'm telling you, she was like, you would never know. She looks like, I can't even describe who she looked like. Like, it didn't look like she would be out here slanging pussy around. She looked like somebody's mama. She looked like somebody's mama. And she back there. I was like, yo. All right, anyway. That's when I knew, man. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Women out here doing that. Yeah.
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it. When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear nobody say shit. When you see me on the corner, bitch, mind your business.
Yep. I was like, just a regular lady, man. Just a regular lady, looked like a mom. Looked like she had a mom, like maybe she had some kids that were like in the 4th or 5th grade. So anyway, let's get back to it. And she wasn't all that attractive either, which is significantly mind-blowing. Again, when you look at this idea of monetized dating and sex and escorts, they don't have to be attractive. They just have to be, they just have to be able to fulfill the client's needs. I just wasn't in for business with her. I was like, no, thank you. Anyway, that's my story here. I'm sticking to it. Crazy shit, man. That was a crazy ass story. And, I don't expose people like that either. I just was like, it's a cold world out here. It's cold world. All right. Did I get to Ron McAdams says right here? Yes, I did. That was from earlier in the show. Shout out to you yet, Coach. I think I have decided to stop calling women hoes. He says, now that my red pill rage is over, I have to be honest. I like a hoe. He says, thank God women are hoes today. Imagine if women did not like sex. How the F will we have sex? Grape. He said, Jesus, who wants to do that? Not me. And that is a great time to admit that most men like hoes. And the best, I'm telling you, man, the most honest women are hoes. Really. Really. They are. And people are starting to realize that. The ones that are the deceptive ones, all right, are the women that say they ain't hoes. And most men have a fascination and a fixation with 304s. Like, you know, that's who you really wanted. And you settled for this woman that was a nice girl. And you were like, she's going to be loyal to me. And she wasn't. She was a 304 too. All right. She's a 304. There's no good women out here. All right. That's just women that got caught and women that haven't been caught. There's no good women out here. All right. They all been ran through. But some people just, that's what men like. You know what I mean? Like when you get money, what do men do when they get money? They get a hoe. And they'll try to make a hoe a housewife and parade hoes around. They don't get a good look. They'll eventually get a good girl, and then that good girl will stab them in the back like a hoe. Like those are the girls that will divorce grape you to kingdom come. Nice girls. Not hoes. Hoes will try to steal from you and shit and steal your watch and all that, your jewelry and all of that stuff. All right, it's crazy. But the church girls are the ones that be like, I'm innocent. And those are the ones that stab you right in the back. Filthy. Drag you in divorce court. Hoes just want to get paid and they want to steal from you. You just got to watch them. They got sticky fingers. So, yeah, it's long as what it is. But I always say, man, the most honest women you'll ever meet are hoes. They're completely honest and straightforward. And by the way, that kind of matches what our brother Alan Roger Currie says here. The men who probably have the most success with women are the honest ones. The dishonest ones have the hardest time with women. So it kind of works both ways, right? The men that actually they're not honest and they're not direct with women, those guys struggle with women. Okay? Struggle. The women that be like, I'm so nice. I'm an angel. And they will stab you in the back like merp. All right. So anyway, I remember somebody asked me, have you ever had a hoe steal from you? And I'm like, yeah, my ex-wife. All right. Right. She stole from me hundreds of thousands of dollars. All right. The 304s don't steal. They trying to get in and get out. All right. Some of them try to steal some shit and you be like, all right, I'm watching your ass. All right. But the biggest hoe that ever stole from me was my ex-wife. All right, bruh. She stole shit. She stole a lot of shit from me. All right. Anyway, tried to steal my whole kids. So, nigga. And she was a nice girl. She was a nice girl. Yes, she was. She was a good girl. So anyway. Enough about her. Let's see. They'll steal your kid. Hey, good girls and nice girls will steal your kids. They'll steal money from you. They'll steal shit. They'll go lie on your dick in court. All of that shit. I ain't never had a 304 go that far. All right. At best, they try to get, you know what I mean? Good girls will take you on a date, steal $150 from you, and don't give you no pussy. These girls right here, the good girls, are the most deceitful, stealing his hoes out here. And they'll be like, but I'm super nice. I'm one of the nice ones. You're the deceptive ones. Those are the ones that divorce grape you to kingdom come. The nice girls. As a matter of fact, remember that female divorce attorney said, what woman's profession is the worst to deal with in divorce court? The stay-at-home moms. Nope. She said the stay-at-home moms are the worst women to deal with in family court. And those are the nice girls. It ain't the 304s and the straggle daggles and all that stuff. They'll take you to domestic violence court. They'll put false allegations on you, but the worst women to deal in family court are the nice girls. The women that says, I'm going to be loyal and I'll have your kids. Those are the ones. False paternity tests, all kind of shit. Stealing from you, taking your kids, hiding them all across the damn country and the county. All right, it's the nice girls. They're dishonest. They're manipulative. All right, anyway, enough about that. We have two more. It says, Koreans, your daddy says, my flatback JUCO won't leave. She got me. Hep. Oh, no. He says, let me see other women so I don't notice she traps me. She lets you see other women so I don't notice that she trapped me. Okay, well, yeah, that is a deceptive move. Yeah, well, it's not deceptive, but yeah, it is a trap. So there are some women that will sit up there and be like, look, I don't care about these other girls you see. I don't wear it. And so you think you're making a good deal. Remember, women know what they're doing. They know how to get you, man. We really are. Men are really the ones that we're weak out here. We're weak. Alan Roger Currie is going to confirm this. So we fall for okie dokes all the time. And so you will have a woman that be down for you. I'm down for you. I own it. And then she don't want to leave. But you can see all the girls you want. But what she'll do is occupy your time. You'll think you made a good deal, but now you can't get her up out the house. Hep. Hep. It's a tough one, man. But she got you, Ninja.
Gotcha, bitch.
She got you. How you gonna see other girls if she won't leave the house? I've had girls tell me I'll see other girls. Like she'll say, you can see other girls. She was like, I'll go in the other room. And you're like, really? She was like, yeah, whenever you want to see another girl, I'll just go in the other room. Just let me know. You're like, this is a deal of a lifetime. And what are you going to do? You're going to have her over more because you're like, I can't beat this shit. I can't beat it with a stick. But then she realizes that she can get more time from you. Instead of you trying to run around on her and play her and keep her on some sort of schedule and calendar, you're like, oh, well, then come on over and hang out and shit. And then she'll let you go up in there. She'll just sit on the couch filing her nails and you be upstairs like, all right. She'll be like, yeah, that's cool. But guess what? She's sitting up there moving in on your ass. She's sitting there moving in on you. He says, had a girl say that too when she switched. Yep. Because they're going to switch and they're going to be like, well, I did say other girls, but not that one. All right, that one right there. Because whatever it is, they'll encroach. They'll have their insecurity. And you'll be like, oh, you said other girls, right? Okay, so going upstairs and here's the other girl. And she'll be badder than her. Or she'll be like the girl that she don't like. Like she'll be like, well, I didn't say white girls. You were like, you said I can have other girls over here. You said you'll just go in the back room. Yeah, I did, but not white blondies with big titties. Not flatbacks with pretty feet and little titties. Nah, man, nah. You're like, oh, wait a minute. All right, and like I said.
Gotcha, bitch.
Thought you were better than that. It's a bait and switch, man. Y'all need to stop believing women, man. That's what I'm going to tell y'all. Stop believing they ass. Just run what your program is or go monk mode. Stop believing them. They be lying. Hoes be lying. Hoes be lying. Let's get back to this part of the show here. We have It's an Evil World We Live In. And we have 2 segments. And then we're going to go into the main event. The first one is a woman that says, she says the Loverboy content creations. All right. So she's talking about Derek Jackson out here. This is what she's saying right here. She's saying, stop being fooled by Loverboys on the internet. Okay, here we go.
Careful of who you receive information from. I remember when I first started dating, my dad told me to be careful of dating men that tell you everything it is that you want to hear. Be careful of dating the man that comes into your life and plays Superman, if you will. And I'm like, Dad, well, what do you mean? Isn't that what I want? And he said in dad terminology, no, that type of man just wants This type of man is the worst type of man because not only does he just want to be like any other man, but he knows how to prey on your weaknesses and your desires to get it. I tell women all the time, the only men you should be listening to in terms of advice about other men are men that stand to gain nothing from advising you. Not something that I've ever actually experienced in dating, but I was put up on game at a very young age. And I see it quite a bit in the age of internet, how men get on here pandering for pulling the wool over y'all eyes and y'all fall for it every single time. I say this because I find it quite surprising how you guys find it surprising that the men that got on these podcasts, got on the internet, telling you guys everything it is that you want to hear, how beautiful you are, how amazing you are, pan out to be the exact type of man that they advise you against. These type of Romeo lovers, the seemingly perfect man for every woman, realized that he can get on the internet and profit off of women's weaknesses and their desires and tell them everything it is that they want to hear. I don't know how many times it's going to take for y'all to learn this lesson. How many men have to be outed for being the exact type of man that they were trying to steer y'all away from for y'all to finally realize that that's a part of the game? The only difference now is they've changed courses of action. Not only are they pandering for and they're getting you out of your drawers for free, but you're paying for it. I don't know when y'all gonna learn this lesson.
All right, so shout out to her right there. Yeah. It's an evil world we live in. That's what it should have been, the banner right there. It's an evil world out there. But yeah,
it's an evil world we live in.
Women do fall for words. they do fall for words. So they be lying and they fall for good words, and they will find a guy on the internet and that guy will say kind things. This is kind of going into the mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, mode 4. And if the woman's weak for these type of things, she's going to get manipulated many, many times. And so she'll experience a Hafiz, a Derek Jackson. She'll experience one of these guys. And then what'll happen is she'll put high hopes. See, I want a guy like that. We need to bring back men like this. But those are the exact guys. Like, remember, Derek Jackson was talking about certain guys, and only to find out that Derek Jackson was talking about himself the entire time. And he was just running game, and he was out there banging fat women and low-hanging fruit, and they were paying him, and he was getting them out of their draws, and he was saying what? I'm not one of these type of guys, and he ended up being those type of guys. They're deceptive. Yeah, game ninjas and shit like these. These guys are the ones in we're going to talk about guys like this on mode 1 and mode 2, 3, and 4. Alan Roger Currie is going to talk about these guys. And once these women are manipulated a few times, then they know what to look out for. Sometimes young women will be like, oh, I dreamed of a guy like you. And there's guys out there, they talk all slow and they'll have the piano in the background and what men need to do. There's Puerto Rican versions of these guys, Mexican, white, black. And these guys are the deceptive. Sell them a dream, and they're going through pussy left and right. Trust me, I was on the internet as a fitness trainer, and women was bringing pussy. All right, it's crazy. So I can only imagine what it's like for those guys. I can only imagine what it's like if they're on the internet pandering, like the men that she's talking about. I think girls are just dropping it, and they charging them too. Okay. Anyway, we have another woman here on It's an Evil World We Live In.
It's an evil world we live in.
I played this clip during our local stream, so I'm going to play a little bit of it too. This is a woman here who is indicative of what the other person said earlier, the brother that said, if you were outside in the 90s or 2000s, you've been ran through. Okay. And these are kind of the women that are in their 40s, and she definitely hitting on mid 40s to late 50s. And she's going to talk about, what she's learned in dealing with men and now why women have to have a new strategy around this stuff. Now, this is going to hit on the monetized dating marketplace. So you're going to see and hear something very important, and she's going to say what I told you. I told you this, but this is somewhat going to validate what I would have been trying to tell you. So shout out to everybody on Locals, which is CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You want to learn about the monetized dating marketplace, hit that link right there and join us on Sunday for our streams. We have a great time over there. Mitch Ass Ninja, stay away. All right, stay away, Mitch Ass Ninjas. All right, but this is an old woman, an old 304. She probably been married and divorced once or twice, but I don't want to talk shit about her. It says right here, dating. If he hints at this at any point, say this. Say this if he hints at this. By the way, just look at the what they call the ratio here. Look at the interaction here. 291,000 likes, 10.8K comments, and all these shares and saves. So this has been widely viewed. So don't think this is just something that hasn't been out here. So if a man says this, say that. Let's start it up. Here we go.
Talk money if he talks intimacy at any point in time during your date or relationship, and I'm going to get into why. First off, disclaimer, I don't give a rat's ass any longer about someone saying, well, that sounds like prostitution. Well, that's funny, because let's break down what society does to a woman when she gives it up out of love.
Let me stop right here. And it's hard to hear. I cannot turn up the volume. All right, I call it volume here just so you guys know. The volume has peaked. So she's telling you everything I'm telling you. All right, the dating marketplace has always been monetized. However, we have an overt monetization of it because we just have so much social media. And the women are jumping up here saying this. I said this. I said, you can call it whatever you want, but they don't care. I'm going to play it again. You guys can say, well, that sounds like prostitution. And I told you, guys, they don't give a fuck what you call it. They don't care, right? Right? They don't care. You can call it that, but they have the prerogative. It's in their mind. It's made up. When you talk sex, you talk. She talks money. Again, you don't have to participate in this, but we're finding that more and more men are being faced with this issue. More and more men are being faced with this issue. Y'all trying to run game, and these women like, nah. Why? Because women now have a platform where they can share information from. Okay, so let me go back to the beginning. They do not consider it prostitution. They are never going to consider it unless they were on the street. Let's go ahead and make sure you know this going out. We have an openly overt monetized dating marketplace, and they feel no shame about it. Let's continue here. All right, let's let her rip. She's going to talk about why.
Universal opinion. Talk money if he talks intimacy at any point in time during your date or relationship, and I'm going to get into why. First off, disclaimer, I don't give a rat's ass any longer about someone saying, well, that sounds like prostitution. Well, that's funny, because let's break down what society does to a woman when she gives it up out of love. It's odd that society tells you to not be materialistic, not do any of these things, right? And somehow you're supposed to fall in love with words and with men and their words. And when you do just that very thing, I don't care if it's 3 dates, I don't care if it's 3 months. Somehow, if he gets the goods and replaces you, leaves you, it becomes the woman's fault because, well, your standards were on the ground. So is it better to be used up, played, traumatized for absolutely free? Or do you get over your trauma faster because you can count up some money?
All right, you see where things are going here. And this is a 4-minute video. We're not going to cover the whole thing because I think we need some time to take care of mode 1 today. But essentially, she's saying, you either trick me or I trick you. You trick me or I trick you. Now, when they give it up for free, it's like y'all niggas like, I made that bitch fuck me for free, right? And then guess what? Then you say, hey, you've been ran through. And then you get penalized. Now, I want you to go back and look at the interaction. So she's like, hey, these guys trying to pump and dump us and then hold us accountable for being a single mom. Hold us accountable for getting pumped and dumped, for having high body counts. Now y'all use that against us, but your objective was to get it for free. Okay? So there's what she's saying right there. You rather count some money or you rather go ahead and be ridiculed for making the decision for having sex out of love? I mean, listen, I'm only bringing this opinion. I'm not agreeing with her. I'm just telling you, you have to understand women, right? In order to understand this. So they're saying, hey, man, we're in a lose-lose situation, according to her. We're in a lose-lose. We damned if we do, we damned if we don't. So we damned if we sell, we damned if we give it up for free. That's her point. So when you realize why they're choosing to go this way, and I can agree with it, because I said, hey, you got to actually take accountability for this. You laugh at them for giving it up, but then also you say they're a dirty whore. And I hear guys doing this on YouTube. I do the pump and dump. And then they'll say these whores. All right. You see what I mean? All right. So let's go ahead and go in there. So they're like, hey, man, we damned if we do, we damned if we don't. All right. But the best way to do it is to be celibate, but and abstinent. But that ain't never going to happen. So let's continue.
I don't give a shit anymore what anyone says it is called. I would rather women now get money, because the reality is he's going to disrespect you either way. First and foremost, when a man looks at you and wants to date you, he wants to bang. I don't give a shit who you are as a man. You are not thinking, wow, look at that personality. Wow, look at the mother of my kids. Look at my lifelong partner. Please stop it. What he's doing is he's blatantly telling you how he wants to your body for absolutely free. Why would you sit there like a lady and let him talk that way to you? If you rolled out your list of standards and finances on there, got an issue, along with society and quite a few pick-mes. I would say your life is your own. You are in charge of your standards. Stop giving a rat's ass about people like, because you would rather some. Here's the reality. Also, something.
Oh my goodness. Okay, by the way, this is her volume. She doesn't have a microphone. She's sitting away from the phone. She's turning her head from the phone. I have it at full blast. I cannot turn it up for you goof ass niggas. This is where she's at. So she's obviously saying, hey, it's, you know, I've been duped. All right, this is basically, I've been duped. And now I realize that I didn't get anything from anything. Okay, I didn't get married. I didn't get a relationship. I got ran through. I didn't get any money. So for her, it's too late. So now she's trying to, you know, pick up the pieces. She trying to pick up the pieces. Now, unfortunately for her, it's way too late, right? She can't monetize the way she needs to monetize. But like I said, I've seen a woman uglier than this, you know, selling punani out of her damn bedroom. Okay, her back bedroom. So I guess somebody could pay for it. I would never. All right, I could never. But yeah, it's way too late. So she's realizing it, but let's let her cook a little bit more.
When a guy says, well, why should I buy you gifts? Why should I put money in your wife yet? Funny enough, if you can't do it now, you're never going to. In fact, you're going to throw it up in her face that you. So why are you holding me? You realize when you sleep with a man, you've already did the part of a wife.
That's supposed to be biblical.
Where's the lie? Hold on, can I see it? Either. Is the lie hiding out with the 0 fucks? I can't find it.
Oh.
Where's the lie in that? I find it disgraceful that a man can hit at what doesn't work for him. What a deal breaker is. I love language. Woman says, well, great. You know what? Let me stop you right there. Let's just talk money. Planning on doing for me financially, then it'd be a problem.
Well, we've seen this for sure.
Make it.
All right, so she's saying be unapologetic about it, and I don't mind. I don't mind. And so we're going to stop it there. Her mic and audio is not very good, but we get the gist of what she's saying. She's saying they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they speak money, they're damned. If they give it up for free, they're damned. All right, if they don't get a marriage and a gift, they're damned. If they get a gift, they're a hoe. So that's what they're saying. And by the way, here, again, we don't have to agree with them. Just know where things are going. Okay, just know where things are going. This is why I say it's a monetized dating marketplace. And these women are coaching these other women up. All right, they're coaching them right here. And it says, my love language is physical touch. Oh, that's nice. Mine is gifts. All right, this one says get money. He's not shy about asking for your body. So I'm going to ask for him to pay my bills. This one right here, you'd rather cry in the bins than cry on the bus. Okay, stay celibate and enjoy the peace. This one says right here, if he doesn't add, subtract. Okay, is this a master class? This is from women, and it says you got to pay to play, baby. I mean, listen, we're just talking about where things are going. Okay, so no longer is this idea of y'all going to be out here sniveling. I wish every female on earth could hear this. Okay, these are the comments right here. When he talks about intimacy, talk about money, so both of y'all feel uncomfortable together. This one says exactly, money is too personal, but entering you is not. This one says he's going to disrespect you anyway. That's real. And this one says, Auntie says, if I'm going to cry, I'd rather cry in a Porsche. And Tamara needs to hear this. A relationship without finance is a nuisance, and so forth and so on. Okay, this is where a lot of women are getting their coaching. They're not watching CGA. They're watching this woman and sprinkle. So you're going to be up against this. And men that say that they're out here running game, they say they're up against this. They say they have to be confronted with this. And so they're developing strategies on how to deal with it. So, you know, two things can be true. Two things can be true here. You don't have to pay, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean you're going to avoid the conversation. Conversation is likely to come up. Even if she gives you 2 pieces of lost lead or peace leave, eventually she will do what? Encroach. She's always going to raise the stakes. How about we go out this Saturday instead of go straight to the fucking? That's an example of this. Now she's trying to get you outside and change the rules. And then if you just like, hey, I like hitting those skins, I want to keep this in ROM rotation. It was relatively easy. Okay, I'll take her out. And she'll be like, just take me to the bar. We'll eat bar food. Then that's encroaching. She's basically moving the goalpost or changing the standard. And she's going to get you in a backdoor relationship. Then all of a sudden, let's just go to a concert. Let's go to a movie. This is the way they do it. So she might be a passive aggressive way to lead you into this. But don't think they ain't listening. to stuff like this. Do not think. You better be ready to think on your feet when this conversation comes up, because they're unapologetic about it. They're growing more and more confidence to bring this up. Good luck, gentlemen, man, out here. The monetized dating marketplace. Hell, we're here. We're here. Anyway, who do we blame for this? Are you going to blame the women for this? Do you blame the dating coaches? Who do you exactly blame for this? Now, I'm going to tell you, the women ain't going to blame themselves. They're going to look back and say, hey, we ain't letting them get over. Okay? Ninjas is going monk mode. All right, what do we got here? Let me check the super chats and we'll hit the main event up. Let's see here. Not many contributors to today's show. All right, I see what y'all doing. It's rent tomorrow. That's why. Oh, I see what's happening.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
Rent's due tomorrow. Okay, y'all holding on. I see what's happening here, niggas. All right. He says, I said it 5 years ago. Facts. Told you we're going here, man. And it's going to become more and more prevalent because more and more women are getting coached. More and more women are listening. They're listening to this. So if they're listening to it, that means the wheel is spinning in their head. Some women will just come out and flat out tell you. Some women will just be like, a man's supposed to support. All right. What do they say? I need security. You supposed to support. Now, what'll happen is men won't know how to respond to that. And then you'll end up agreeing to it. You'll end up agreeing to it. We're going to talk about that in mode 1. You'll end up just agreeing to it. But then what you'll do is you'll try to bait and switch the woman. Okay. You'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. And then you won't tell her, hey, hold up. No. Wait a minute. What am I getting? And she'll tell you, dude, I'm telling you, man, trust me, I'm out here in these fields. These women will tell you that you're supposed to support them in many ways. And it's the right thing to do for her to be in her feminine. And then they'll tell you to be monogamous. And you're like, huh? Now, if you're not direct with them, you'll take a dumbass deal and think you're going to try to pivot out of it. But you got to remember, a woman will hold you to your word. They don't hold themselves to their word. They won't allow you to hold them to their word, but they'll hold you to it. And you'll end up being in a situation where you can't control because she'll just manipulate. Once you make that commitment and think you're going to move that needle, you just tell you, man, she's going to fuck your world up. She will fuck your world up. All right. These are bitches that'll burn down your car. But I'm like, wait a minute. And she'll say, that's fair. Like if she'll say, I'll delete my dating app. You'll delete your dating app. We'll be monogamous, but you'll support me. And you're like, no, that ain't fair because you're not supporting me. And she's like, yes, I am. I'm giving you intangible number 1, intangible number 2, intangible number 3. I'm like, nah, baby, I'm using cold hard cash. I'm supporting you. No, I ain't deleting my dating app. You delete your dating app. But if you don't come back with that, as Alan Roger Currie says, 9 times out of 10, she'll agree. She'll just be like, oh, okay. Because now you've negotiated back. And what she'll end up doing is say, okay, I'm going to just bait and switch him anyway. So let me just go ahead and get this support out the way. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I'm telling you, but most guys are indirect. They're passive. They're weak. And you end up taking a raw ass deal. So anyway, they'll literally present. You'll tell them, okay, what am I getting? And they'll be like, I'm giving you this and I'm giving you that. Most of what they're giving you is literally benefiting her at the same time. So wait a minute. I'm giving you something that only benefits you. You're giving me back something that benefits both of us. How is that possible? How do you call that fair? And then you'll say, okay, what else? What can you give me that only benefits me? I'm telling you, they ain't got nothing out here. The majority of women don't have anything. So that's when you if you're participating, that's when you put your cars up there. Okay, so listen, this is an imbalanced proposition you're giving me. We're going to balance it out. And that's where you be direct. Boom, 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 boom. She either takes the deal or leaves. But if you're in scarcity, you won't push back. And that's where we've made mistake as men. We were in scarcity, desperate, pussy hungry. So, and then you thought you can manipulate the system. So then you end up with a bad deal. And now it's out of control. And then you start getting hypergamy and games. And now you get the bullshit with women. And now we're going to present everything as if you're dealing with women and have dealt with women in the past. We're not going to say monk mode is an option. I know that's too easy to do and say, all right, just do monk mode. No, we're going to go through it as most of us have dealt with women. Most of us have. Most of us are continuing to deal with women. Many of us are watching us that are in relationships or you're married. There are a percentage of men that are monk mode. We're going to take that option off the table, and we're going to talk about where we made mistakes in our past. Where we made mistakes and why we had bad experiences. Much of it was our fault. That's what Alan Roger Currie is going to say. And we're going to break that down here in a second here because this is important. Our brother, Big Man Kev, says, Coach, you've been dropping so much science this week. I haven't missed an episode. You're the true definition of the game is to be sold, not told. Here's a little something for the collection plate. Keep preaching the gospel. Keep preaching the gospel. Thank you, man. I'm trying to provide value to you guys. I really am. I mean, I really focus on providing value. I'm not a lazy content creator. Okay, I really think my episodes through, and I have a philosophy. And when you have a philosophy as a man, you gotta be your philosophy has to be what you live. You gotta live by the sword and die by the sword. You can't be out here fickle and finicky and trying to go out here and manipulate the system. So that way you don't waste time. Alan Roger Currie is going to talk about this. Sheldon Ross says these hoes ain't loyal. The hoes ain't loyal was supposed to be for the good girls ain't loyal. Did you guys know that? Tony Ocasio over here. What's up, Coach? A woman called Pan Boney is going to announce the Epstein list tomorrow. She better wear Kevlar to sleep to protect herself against the Hollywood monsters. All right. Man, and I'm not going to even be here. So I might have to jump on stream where I'm at to be able to talk about that. Man, but I ain't on the list, so I don't have anything to worry about, but oh boy. All right, if this is true, we'll see. All right, main event. Let's do it. Main event. Hit the like button. All right, number one, let's hit the like button. Let's all pause for station identification. This is the greatest show on YouTube. This is the most dangerous show on YouTube. You're here with the notorious one, and you're here with the truth teller, the speaker of truth. It is time for you to make a contribution. Our contributions have been small this week. I've been noticing it, but we've had a lot of other people make up for it by investing in the coaching calls. But I can tell you, it's been small. All right, I find it somewhat disrespectful and reprehensible, but I ain't going to say anything. I provide value to you. I make an effort to you. I provide the best edutainment here and the most solid philosophy of anybody here. I'm one of the greatest people that you will ever see touch this microphone with this conversation, and I'm the undebatable and the undisputed truth. Now, all I ask for at the bare minimum is you hit the like button. The like button allows this information to be shared to others and notified. It gives this conversation credibility. It's not begging. It's basically your duty, and it's absolutely free. All right, it's absolutely free to you for you to do. You're here every day. You're getting this information, and I just don't get it why we can't get 50% like ratio. And it's time to chastise you like a motherfucker. All right, it's time to chastise you. You freeloading, cocksucking, fake Mitch ass niggas. All right, and I got a lot of freeloading, cocksucking ass men. You weak faggot ass men. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. You weak twin bed ass, wax between the ear, goof ass niggas with plaque in your teeth. Yes, you. Do me a favor. It's not that hard. Turn your phone sideways and strike the like button. You guys. Okay? And I'm trying to be nice and kind about it, but of course, I got to strike hard, and I got to strike first, and I got to strike fast. You twin mattress ass ninjas. All right? You low expectation ass, bitch ass ninjas. Yeah, you. You freeloading cocksucker, you fake ass red pillars, all right? You guys, you phony ass virgin incels, you men need to strike the like button. You broke ass niggas freeloading on my content, left and right, straight up disrespecting me. All right, you guys, it's you. All right, you pseudo gay, you bitter and hurt, you mama boy son husbands, you guys, all right? I be nice to y'all, but y'all don't want to do it. And that's what I'm going to tell y'all right now. You $2 have it in your pocket, bitch ass ninjas. All right. All y'all got to do is hit the like button. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard. But it is hard for most of y'all. Y'all can't do it. And it is time to smack ninjas up. It is. And then y'all mad at me. Y'all mad at me for trying to chin check y'all. But I'm telling y'all, it's time to be a man. It's time to boss up. All y'all got to do is hit the like button or carry your goof ass on. All right, you Snicker staying in the drawers, Fruit of the Loom, brief wearing ass ninjas. You guys, you freeloading, and that's why you are where you are. Ninja, just hit the damn like button. How hard is it to hit the damn like button? Lazy, shiftless, uninspired, all right, no haircut having ass ninjas, no beard growing on your chin, bird-chested ass ninjas. Hit the like button or carry your ass on somewhere else. I ain't got no time to babysit you fraud ass niggas. All right. And you no pussy getting ass niggas. I ain't got no time, you Velcro wallet, Velcro shoestring wearing ass. All right. Tube sock wearing goofy ass ninjas. You recessed chin, fat belly, lit in your belly button. $2 having ass. Goofy ass ninjas, all right? That's you, all right? I know who you are. I'm watching you. Ninja ain't brush your teeth all day. You pot smoking, pot belly having ass, bird chest, female titty wearing ass ninja on your chest. You. That's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. You guys, fake masculine, all feminine, ADHD medication taking ass ninjas. You guys. Mr. I'm depressed because I can't get no hoes. You. I'm talking to you. Can't do no pull-ups or no push-ups. Ain't got no money in your pocket, but you say you can live off the $3,000 a month living in your mama basement. You Baskin-Robbins assistant manager ass ninja. You future domestic violence case having ass ninjas. You. Yeah, look at them leaving. I'm talking to you guys. You crooked teeth. All right, non-beard connecting ass, scruffy, out of shape, fat men. That's who I'm talking about. You 7-Eleven living at. No basketball hoop ass ninjas. You can't vertical jump 4 inches. Couldn't make the freshman basketball team ass ninjas. You, all right? Time for y'all to be called out because y'all freeloaders and y'all been freeloading me for way too long. Straight disrespect. You skipped your shift at Jiffy Lube ass ninja. Can't get a job as no degree having ass ninjas. You. Miss. Yeah, take your carry ass on. All right, please. I don't want you to be here. You, I ain't gonna hit the like button, hate watching ass ninjas. You, I got time for you today. All right, you. That's who we talking about. Anyway.
Yeah, I got time, cuz.
Knock need ass woman, hips like a woman ass man ass ninjas. You Barney Rubble built ninjas. That's who we talking about. All right, anyway, now that we got that out of the roll here, we got that. Twin mattress ass, air mattress ass ninja. I live with my parents so I can save money to buy a house ass ninja, but you assistant manager at Jiffy Lube ass ninja. You ain't saving a damn thing. Mr. I went my own way, but you didn't have a choice. You had to go your own way ass ninja. Anyway, soft hand ass ninja. No callus on your hands ass ninja. You. That's what we talking about. All right, anyway. If you felt personally attacked, I'm talking to you. And it's been far overdue. But anyway, let's get back to the show. Anyway, the main event. Let's do the main event one more time. Okay, mode 1, mode 4. Okay, mode 1. Coach, we need to be here helping men. We need to be helping men. You see, these women need to be loyal. You, hit the like button. My uncle is rich, so I know you wrong, ass ninja. You, that's who we're talking about. Mode 1 or mode 4. We're going to talk about this masculinity issue that we've been having. It's a crisis. And let me see here. Uh-oh, my screen messed up. All right, hold on for a second. Let me see if I can find the tab here. All right, let's see here. Uh-oh, my whole thing messed up. So I'm going to have to go back. I don't know what happened to it. It refreshed. And so now I have it all out of order. But anyway, we'll find it out. We'll figure it out. I'll have to figure it out real quick. Oh, I found it. All right, so here we go right here. We got rid of the freeloading ass, slump busting ass ninjas. We got rid of them. I can't wait till y'all stop watching me. I can't wait till y'all make hate videos about me. I can't wait. All y'all gonna do is give me new viewers. Okay, we have Alan Roger Currie, who has the mode 1 philosophy. Let's go ahead and shout out one of the legends in this space. There he is right there, the young Alan Roger Currie. For those who don't know, he was considered a dating coach for a long time. I don't know if he called himself a dating coach, but he, was there in the early 2000s writing books. He's along the lines of Ron Wills, and he preceded AMS. Some people, AMS for a long time got, ridiculed for, I think stealing his talking points. I'm not going to get into that. Steve the Dean Williams is alongside these guys. These guys have been around before there was YouTube. All right, writing books before there were YouTubes. RIP to the legend. And I'm going to do my best to give him props. I'm not going to be like other content creators that refuse to name the person who they're going to reference material from. And that's no shade. All right, but he's supposed to have helped the manosphere. All right, but Alan Roger Currie is this guy right here. And I've been diving into his content a lot more since he died. I knew about him. He actually used to watch my show, and he was Superchat. Okay? He was Superchat me. Not often, but he would super chat me and give me respect. And so I'm going to pay him back here by keeping his message alive. So rest in peace to Alan Roger Currie. A lot of us men in this space, we died too early. We died too early. Kevin Samuels died too early. Alan Roger Currie died unexpectedly way too early. Paul Proteus, David Carroll. Is David Carroll still alive? A lot of our, these men die way too early. Way too early in our early 50s. And, it's sad to see here. And I'm about to get into my 50s as well. So we really got to take care of ourselves. We really got to take care of ourselves. So Alan Roger Currie had a philosophy called Mode 1, okay, in which he had 4 modes. And what he's talking about is essentially learning how to be a man and speak directly to women. Yeah, Patrice O'Neal, Red Pill Mike, we just lose way too many people too early. But getting back to it, he basically has something that he came up with, basically saying men need to learn to speak directly to women. Remember, we're not going to teach you how to speak to women. We're just going to examine what he's talking about here. And what we're going to do is we're going to look back and see, possibly with his explanation, you don't have to agree with it, but did we make mistakes in dealing with women when we were young, when we didn't have leverage? Even in our marriages, as much as we want to say these women ain't loyal, hypergamy, and a monkey branched on us, much of it was because we didn't actually speak directly to women. We actually exhibited mode 2, mode 3, or mode 4 behavior, in which then it gave the women an opportunity to okie doke us. But when we're direct with them, it gives them less wiggle room. This comes from things like what AMS says, abundance. When you have abundance, you can tend to speak directly, not just to women, but to people in general. So let's not think about this just as for women, but in your interpersonal relationships, the people at work you deal with, the people in your social circle that you deal with. These are some of the things that we have to look back and say, as men, we can blame women all we want, but much of it came from us. As Coach EO and Steve Dean Williams say, it starts with the man. It starts with you first. And when it starts with you and you get to that leverage of opposites, you will realize when you have abundance, like AMS says, you're dealing with women on a different level. Not only are you dealing with women from a different level, you're dealing with men, co-workers from a different level. Okay, so this is mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, and mode 4. Alan Roger Currie is going to speak on the 4 modes. If you've never heard him, I'm happy to introduce you to him. And also, if you've heard about him, but you really kind of took his message out of context, which I can say I did early on. I only heard about mode 1, which mode 1 sounds ridiculous in 2025. And so he was criticized for mode 1, but he's not going to start with mode 1. He's going to start with 2, 3, and 4, then go back to 1. All right, so that's important. We're going to start with mode 2, mode 3, then mode 4. Then he's going to go back to mode 1. So let's start with the legendary, rest in peace, Alan Roger Currie. Here we go.
Described as 4 modes of verbal communication that I feel that men tend to operate in. I'll say mode 1 for last. I'll start off with mode 2. Mode 2 is conversational behavior that I would say is representative of your typical Mr. Nice Guy type, Mr. Perfect Gentleman. He wants to always present himself as very polite, very well-mannered. He wants to avoid saying anything that can be perceived as too provocative, too forward, controversial. You know, he's the guy that when he leaves a woman's presence, he wants that woman to tell her girlfriends, oh, he was such a great guy. He's such a nice guy. He's a sweetheart. You know, he doesn't want his reputation compromised in any type of manner. And that, in the short run, that can be a good thing, but it has its detriments, as I talk about in the book. I can talk about that a little later.
I'm going to stop right there because we got to take it in bits and pieces. And he's got about maybe a couple minutes left on this one. Mode 2 is the Mr. Nice Guy. And I'm going to tell you, I'm guilty of all 3 of these, and we're all guilty. Like, we're all guilty of these. We're all guilty of these. In fact, some things you might hear me say might sound more like mode 2, mode 3, mode 4. Sometimes it might sound like mode 1. Okay, but we're all guilty of this as we're learning how to deal with people and women. So you try the nice guy approach. And so I'm going to go back to his notes. And we're going to show you what he's talking about here on mode 2 behavior. So I'm going to read from this 2 different places. Mode 2 behavior exhibited by many people. Their goal is to leave the other party with a good impression of you and to maintain a positive and favorable and wholesome reputation with everyone they come in contact with. This is generally effective but weak communication. In context of the romantic interaction, Currie classifies guys who use this behavior as pleasant postponers. Okay? Pleasant postponers. Okay, so they'll initially come in nice. Hi, hey, how you doing? Even the game guys will come in with this. All right, they're really trying to fuck them, but they're going to come in and be try to nice. Hey, how you doing? And oh, really? Oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, wow. The pleasant postponers. Not necessarily the game guys, but sometimes. And it says these guys tend to delay their true intentions to women. They are nice, but they beat around the bush. Imagine you're the boss and you struggle to keep your work week under 60 hours. How would you respond to your employees beating around the bush, taking 3 hours of your day instead of saying they want a raise in the first 15 minutes of the conversation? Okay, so then he goes on to say right here, mode 2 is effective but weak. Effective but weak. Okay, so it can work, aka the numbers game. It can work. Hey, I'm the nice guy. But we also know what'll happen is later on we'll figure out the nice guy finishes last, right? All right, you'll get this. You'll get played. You'll get strung along. The woman will say, hey, he's super nice. And then they'll take you on 3 dates. And they'll say, I don't feel the spark. Okay, I don't feel the spark. So that's mode 2. Guys, we've all been guilty of that. We've been guilty of that shit right there. And we end up with the short end of the stick. We end up frustrated. We end up saying these girls just like Pookie and Ray Ray. And then we will blame the women. We will blame the women. Now, again, you don't have to agree with any of this. We're just explaining what his philosophy is. And let's see if you see this. Let's see if you see this in yourself, even in interpersonal relationships. Now, let's go to the mode 3 behavior right here and see if you see yourself in mode 3.
Mode 3, that's your classic guy who, say, meets a woman. He knows he's interested in dating her and have some type of romantic interaction with her. But because of his fear of expressing that, he pretends to be content with just a platonic interaction.
What do they call
the play brother.
Yeah.
You always hear women say, yeah, I got this guy, he's like my play brother, you know, and a lot of guys, they go with that. They'll say, yeah, I'm Linda's play brother. I'm sorry, it's bull, Gerard, man. You know, the brother really wants to hook up with that woman in a more than platonic manner. That's mode 3.
Let's stop with mode 3. So we got the friend zone guy. I'm going to wait it out. I win in the end. I'm going to end up getting her. I'm my homie that she went to school with. So guys will lie to themselves and say, I don't want to have sex with her. I'm not the type of guy that does that, but you'll keep getting mad as she keeps getting run through and she's crying on your shoulder. Then you're like, you know, these women don't give me a chance. They don't give guys like me a chance. So you'll hang around the friend zone. You'll just hang around long enough when you want to bend her ass over. You want to bend her ass over, and you'll even lie to yourself. You'll even lie to other people. And I just, you know. But then when confronted with it, hey, you know, somebody will say, hey, would you sleep with her if given a chance? You'll say yes. And then she'll look at you. But I thought we were friends. I thought you were like a brother to me. Well, you hung around so much, you were like a brother. Now, eventually, you might wear her ass down and catch her slipping, or she might say after 5 years, Boyce Watkins. Guys, wait, this is the Boyce Watkins play. Where you nice guy your way, and then you'll end up saying, hey, I won her in the end. But she'd have been ran through more times than the Holland Tunnel. She'd been hurt and burnt. Okay, so that's mode 3. So let's go over here to his notes. He says, mode 3 is weak and ineffective. Behavior in mode 3 is weak and ineffective. It's just too long. You're drawing that shit out. By the time you get the punani, it's going to be some marital missionary. Going back to his notes here, mode 3 behavior is characterized by being fear-based. The guy tends to fear rejection and have no self-worth. All right, this also comes from you have no abundance, you have no leverage, no options. The only thing you got is nice guying your way to punani. Okay? And it says right here, interests and intentions are either hidden or camouflaged, and your true intentions will never be exposed unless the other party expresses interest first. So essentially what's going to happen is you don't tell your true intentions until she says, hey, let's hook up. You want her to take the lead. All right. And then she'll say, hey, have you ever thought about maybe we can be boyfriend and girlfriend? And you're like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. But it's 3, 4, 5 years down the line. And then you'll say you won. You know, I won her over. I grew on her. All right. Nah, you didn't. And it says right here, after all, they are overcome with fears that their true desires will not be reciprocated. There are 2 categories of people that exhibit mode 3 behavior, the timids and the targets. The timids will never approach a woman, and targets will buy affection by being wealthy, having connections, and flaunting their achievements. So again, you might find that some things that I might say might exhibit this behavior as well, but this is not really pay for play. He actually discusses the JUCO. He doesn't say the JUCO, but he discusses this, and he says, I'd rather you be JUCO than be mode 3. All right, so he talks about this in the book, The Possibilities of Sex. He says, I'd rather you just pay for it than to do this. He says the timids are basically up the creek without a paddle. The targets can easily be manipulated by women because they're looking to use wealth, connections, and accomplishments to entice a woman to spend time with them. If a person is looking to use their status or wealth to garner affection, you can expect that their wealth and status will but be taken advantage of. I think it says will be taken advantage of. Currie makes a point that manipulation is a two-way street. The more you try to manipulate someone, the more you open yourself up to be manipulated. We talked about this earlier with the woman that said they're in a no-win. So the more you try to manipulate someone, run a game, run a scheme, use money, the more likely you will be manipulated back. And let's put mode 3 behavior in action in a non-romantic context. Let's assume that Matt really wants a promotion at work. He volunteers for extra shifts, jumps at the chance to help when asked, and just hopes that someone recognizes his hard work and promotes them. Going up to his boss and announcing his desires to get a promotion cripples him with fear. Instead of making his intentions known to his boss, he simply hopes he'll get recognized and will get what he desires. Now, this is an example of a guy that won't say what their worth is, okay? Or a woman that won't say what their worth is. They'll just say, you'll see it in the end. All right, you make content on YouTube. Oh, they'll see me hardworking and they'll subscribe. Not really. Not really. If you don't ask them to subscribe, if you don't ask them to hit the like button, they won't. Okay, so you're just hoping on merit. This is a merit-based strategy. I'm going to get the woman on merit. I'm going to get her to like me by doing things. I'm going to get her to like me by spending money. I'm going to get her to like me if I'm going to get them to recognize my talent. I'm going to get them. No, you got to tell them you're talented. You got to show and demonstrate. You got to be consistent. Then you got to ask. All right, support me. All right, pay for this. Do that. You got to ask. These guys won't ask. They'll just be like, they'll realize that I'm good if I keep showing it. Okay, so that's the mode 3 behavior. Let's go to mode 4. And yes, we've all been guilty of mode 4 as well. Let's let ARC take it from here.
Mode 4 is when you've previously exhibited mode 2 and or mode 3 behavior, and you didn't get the reactions you wanted, you didn't get the responses you wanted, and now you're resentful. I'm sure you've run across a lot of guys who just had that chip on their shoulder towards women. I call them the misogynistic revenge seekers. They're like, oh man, all women ain't nothing. I hate all of them. Forget all of them. They ain't nothing but a bunch of, I can't stand them. So their whole attitude is antagonistic towards women because they've been hurt. They feel like they've been disrespected, excessively rejected, etc. So now they're bitter. And that's what I call the mode 4 zone.
All right, so mode 4, guys, we've all been this, and actually most people think we're all mode 4 over here. To be fair, we sound like mode 4 every day. All right, so if anybody walks and sees us in there, we sound like mode 4. But we're also trying to make men aware that they're in mode 4, red pill rage. All right, so this is red pill rage. So when red pill rage guys aren't healed, they'll still cold approach and they'll get rejected and then they'll crash out on the girl. You fat big body bitch. All right, you lucky I talked to you. These bitches ain't shit, huh? You a broke bitch. Like we saw mode 4. We saw mode 4. All right, where when she rejects you, you go crazy. All right, we saw mode 4 earlier with that Pookie. All right, you broke, you buck tooth, you fat anyway. Nobody wants you. Right, this is mode 4 behavior. These bitches ain't shit. All right, so what'll happen is these guys, he says they're the revenge guys. All right, let's get revenge on these bitches. Let's do this. Let's hope they all die, right? This type of philosophy. Which he then says right here, mode 4 is the Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. All right, so you try to be nice. So he's saying you're using mode 2 or more 3 tactics. You try to nice guy your way, and then you turn to the misogyny. You crash out. So you tried the nice guy your way, and then it didn't work. You tried the friend zone your way, and it didn't work. All right, so this is what he says. The Mr. Hyde to Dr. Jekyll, these guys have been passive and have merely suggested the nature of their true intention. And it says when the other person doesn't get it, she doesn't read your signals or understand what you're doing, she thinks you just want to be a friend, or they ignore them, they switch to violently mode 1 behavior. So now you're going to say, bitch, I was just trying to fuck you anyway. I was just trying to, you a hoe anyway. Okay. And it says when someone exhibits mode 4 behavior, they become angry, irritated, and feel taken advantage of. They will now exhibit their true intentions with no regard to their feelings of someone else. In a romantic context, they are no longer looking to gain the affections of the woman and no longer care about being disliked or criticized by the woman. They only want revenge. These guys have spent months hanging out or buying drinks for women at the club only to see that the woman dates someone else. So we describe these things. Chad and Tyrone comes in. So we buy drinks, we're at the club, and then, even with our girlfriends or our wives, we will be passive with our wives. Then she goes to girl nights out and Chad bangs her. and then we crash out. Okay, so this is the mode 4 behavior. You could have done it differently, but you didn't, and now you're mad, not just at her, but at yourself. These guys have spent months hanging out, buying drinks for women, only to see them date someone else. They may have spent a year or so waiting in the wings as just a friend, hoping that she'll see him as the great lover he aspires to be, then becomes devastated when she hooks up with his best friend who had the balls to ask her out. Okay? And it says, consider this in a business context. You're a manager and you're giving Bob a huge new assignment that crosses departments and regions. Mike comes up to you and blows up in your office complaining about how he's been bringing donuts and coffee into the office the last couple of years. This happens at work all the time. I've been doing all this work. And it says he always been the guy that comes in on the weekend and sacrifices time with his friends to be the best team player. The problem is that Bob made it very clear a year ago that he desires an opportunity to take on this task. Mike plays the role as the team player and hope it contributes to being recognized. Had Mike expressed his intentions clearly, he would have had a shot at this project. However, since he now has blown up and thrown a tantrum in the office, you may think twice about being asked to do anything else. If he runs into trouble or needs help, you may never realize it until it's too late. You may even regret having him on your team after all. So yes, this is the crash out at work guy. And you say, well, you definitely ain't getting a promotion now. Now he showed his true colors. Well, in hindsight, he tried to weasel his way into recognition, weasel himself into the woman's life. But then it didn't work, so he crashed out on her. Okay, that's the AK. So there it is right there. That's an example of mode 4. This also is exhibited when dudes say, I pump and dump these hoes, and then call hoes whores and slowers. And you're like, which one is it? Do you like pump and dumping hoes, or are they bad for being hoes? So we hear this philosophy all the time. And even in myself, you might hear it as well. You might hear that I'm all of these guys, right? And to be fair, we've all been these guys. Again, this is just his take on what it is. I'm not suggesting you follow this. This is just his take on this philosophy. Okay. Now, he's going to talk about mode 1, which is going to be the more direct approach. And by the way, mode 3 behavior is considered, mode 4 is considered right here. Mode 4 is strong but ineffective. Strong but ineffective. So somebody might say even cold approach could be considered either 3, 2, 3, or 4. Cold approach. All right, I'm a cold approach these hoes, but eventually you'll say it's a numbers game. You might crash out. It's strong. You're coming on confident. And then you're acting like you're asking for the ask, but you're being passive aggressive, but you're coming on strong. Hey, I'm confident. You jump out there. What's your name? What's your phone number? I like the way you comb your hair. And guess what? She says, man, she hits you with the Israel Padilla. She hits you with this. And now you're like, oh, you a bitch anyway. That's mode 4. All right. And by the way, look, Israel Padilla exhibits mode 4 right here. When he gets ignored, listen to Israel.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh?
He said kindness is key. Fucking liar, man. You see that, chat? That's why you gotta be rude to these hoes.
All right, so that's kind of mode 4. So then it gets rude to these hoes. But you was just begging her a minute ago. You was just begging her a minute ago. Now let's go into mode 1. Okay, you were just begging for some affection and attention a minute ago. Now you got to be rude to these hoes. All right, so let's go to mode 1.
1 is when you've reached a point where you just are totally self-assured. You express yourself in a very confident manner. You're very upfront and straightforward with whatever your desires, interests, and intentions are in regards to dating. And if those interests are not reciprocated, you're basically like, so what? You know, you move on to the next young lady. you know, but you let your interest be known up front so that you don't waste time. Like I talked about the small talk. Said more one guy wouldn't engage in 45 minutes to an hour of small talk only to have a woman say at the end of the conversation, you know, I'm married or I'm getting back with my ex-boyfriend or etc. They would know within the first 5 minutes whether they have a chance of hooking up with that woman or not.
All right. So now he's going to admit.
Well, you know, that's been the kind of comment sometimes. This is what I found. It started for me, you know, a few years ago. Because of my low tolerance for small talk, a lot of times when I would approach women, I would be very upfront, very provocatively straightforward in regards to my desires, interests, and intentions. And it was almost this pattern I would get as far as a reaction. For the first 2, 3, 4 minutes, women would kind of freak out. You know, excuse me? Come again? I beg your pardon? What did you say? Because most people, quite frankly, aren't used to straightforward honesty. So it would always throw them for a loop initially. But then, as the conversation would go on, they would become more relaxed. You know, we'd be smiling, laughing. And what happened is some of my friends would see this from afar and they say, dude, what? They would nickname it the Jedi mind trick. They said, what's this Jedi mind trick you're using? I said, what are you talking about? They said, I noticed how you approach women, and initially it looked like those women are having an adverse reaction to you. Sometimes it look like they're on the verge of cursing you out. But then 10 minutes later, you got them smiling, they write down a number. And I said, I'm just very upfront and straightforward.
Okay, so very upfront and straightforward. Mode 1 has always been criticized as that's not going to work in the Me Too era. That's not going to work in the era that we're in today. Obviously, you have that. Men will be, you know, I can't say that in person. You know, I have a job. I have a career. You know, I have things. I have a reputation. But he also talked about that in mode 2, 3, and 4. So this will work for some guys. It won't work for a lot of guys, and it will be difficult. Obviously, you would have to have abundance. There's a bigger message than this, and he breaks all of this down. It's just not coming out saying, I want to fuck you. All right, you have to have a little bit more direct and a little bit more tact, but also understand nastiness. Like for me, it would be like, hey, I know you like your hair pulled. That would be a mode 1 direct. Hey, you know, I know you like me to get that neck. All right, I see that neck. These are kind of mode 1 tactics where you're direct and you're breaking the barrier of, I'm not considering you a friend. We're not a friend. I'm not taking you out on dates. We're not going to just hem and haw for 45 minutes, and I'm not going to be the nice guy so that can win you over. It's a little bit more direct. Hey, you know what? You know what they say about girls that wear French tip nails. All right? Getting right to it. All right? They're mahi-mahi. They're for sale. They're skeezers. They're hoes. They're nasty. All right? And you're getting right to the nasty conversation, and you're showing your intentions right up front. Now, these are again, like I said, I'm not suggesting you use this. This is just his philosophy. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Now, when it doesn't work, he says he just moves on, and he doesn't care. Now, some people will confuse it with cold approach. Cold approach is not like this. Cold approach is hemming and hawing. All right. Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Are you from around here? I'm a nice guy. I'm from your area. I'm comfortable. You can relax around me. I genuinely want to know what you're interested in life. What do you do? Do you live around here? Do you come around here? That's not, cold approach is not mode 1. So people will say cold approach is mode 1. That's not the same. Guys that are using cold approach are literally using mode 2. All right. They're using mode 2, sometimes mode 3, sometimes mode 4. So you got to understand there's a difference between cold approach and mode 1. It's a big difference. But there's also this idea that, yeah, you're going to catch a case. The woman's going to report you. And if you don't do it well, yeah, that's the case. That's the case. So, yeah, let's get into it here, breaking this down. He says mode 1 behavior is, he says it's strong and effective. Strong and effective. Okay. Mode 1 would not be approaching 100 women. Mode 1 would be seeing a woman, realizing that, hey, she's that type of woman. Hey, don't play with me. You know what it's like when you wear a choker. You know what they say about them women. Them women are nasty. All right. I know you a nasty broad. She might be like, yeah, you know, I'm a nasty bitch. All right. Well, come on and drop that neck. All right. You know what to do. There's barbecue in there. You know what to do. But again, there's time and a place. I would not suggest people use this overwhelmingly, but there's a time and a place. know who to use it against. He says mode 1 is direct and to the point. These people know rejection is a possibility, but find no reason to manipulate people or simply hint at their desires. So they value their time and they won't waste yours either. You know exactly where they stand and there is no confusion as to what their motives are. So if you're on a dating app and you say, hey, this is no hookup, you're saying this is hookups only. I'm not interested in relationships. That's mode 1. You might even say, a woman might say, well, I'm looking to get married one day and have kids. And you say, well, I'm open to that possibility. That's not mode 1. When you know you're not open to the possibility, oh, hell no, I ain't having kids or no more marriage. Fuck that. All right, I'm down to bend a woman over. All right, that's mode 1. Because you already having a conversation. She's trying to take you here and then you don't agree with it just to go along to get along. You basically say, nah, you're willing to lose this woman and not sleep with her and manipulate her. Well, I'll just manipulate her, get the pussy a couple times, and then I'll drop her. That's going to end up causing you problems. So she brought up the fact she wants to get married, have kids. Oh, baby, I ain't got no time for that. Listen, all right, this is what we're going to do. And if you ain't down with it, I'm out. That's more of a mode 1. All right, and it says right here, they value their time. It says below are 2 other types of communication. And it says, I summarize findings right here. And he says, while they are similar in nature, Currie invokes an emotional response. He says, I find mode 1, baby, to be helpful, making that a battle cry. Let me get down to it. All right, so he's talking about the Claire Newton's 5 communication skills, which are the assertive, aggressive, passive-aggressive, submissive, and manipulative. Okay? Assertive, achieves goals without hurting others, making your own choices and being responsible for them, asking directly for needs to be met while accepting the possibility for rejection. Number 2, aggressive communication is threatening. So it's hostile, it's loud, belligerent, intimidating, bullying. So there's a fine line between mode 1 being assertive and aggressive. So I admit that. And so mode 1 can come off as aggressive, belligerent, loud, threatening. The woman can feel threatened, intimidated, bullied, and you can get a case. But also, if you do it another way, it can sound assertive to a woman. And it says, or anybody. Passive aggressive is indirect aggression, devious, two-faced, and unreliable. Oh, I'll see. Maybe one day we'll get married one day. Or one day I might consider marriage if the right woman comes along. That's passive aggressive. It's two-faced. It's unreliable. All you want to do is fuck. Submissive communication, apologetic, avoiding confrontation, yielding, feeling victimized, and inexpressive of feelings and desires. And manipulative communication is asking indirectly for needs to be met, making others feel sorry for them, or using artificial tears. That can be considered, I consider that cold approach. All right. Oh, feel bad for me. It's hard for a black man out here. You just don't understand. And, men like me, or it could be the whole nice guy. Nice guys finish last, and you guys won't give nice guys a chance, where you guilt the woman into having sex with you. All right. Now, let me close that point. Do me a favor, hit the like button. You can see more in this if you want to find his books. He's got plenty of books here. Somebody link it, or you can search him, Alan Roger Currie. He's no longer with us in the living. He's with us in the spirit, and I'm keeping his voice alive right here. That's me giving back to people that have given back to us. So study if you want, right? Study if you want. Use what you can from this, even in your interpersonal life or in your business life or romantic life, even with your wife. A lot of us have lost relationships with our wives by being mode 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Not being direct. Happy wife, happy life is mode 2, 3, and 4. And then when you can't deal with it no more, you snap out on your wife. And then she fucks the personal trainer. And then you blame her for being hypergamous when you was a bitch ass ninja to begin with. All right? You did enough happy wife, happy life, and then she dipped on you. So we're all guilty of these things. So you can learn from these things, at least from this philosophy, and pick and choose what you want to lose. Pick and choose what you want to use. But I'm saying I'm guilty of all 4 of those. And I developed the free agent lifestyle based on how I want to deal with women. how I want to deal with women and people in general. Shout out to our brother, no government name, Coach. All this mode talk got me reflecting on my life's decisions, especially at work. A manager wanted to check in with me over lunch and stated that someone on the staff is retiring next year and needs someone with relevant experience, which I have. She was hinting that she wanted me to apply when the time comes. I responded passively that I would be open to it when I should have been more assertive. It says, would being more mode 1 and being more direct been better? Yep. Like, this is an example to respond to that. Oh, look no further. You found your guy. That's mode 1. But sometimes we don't want to do that. It's hard for you to say, I'm the king of kings. It's hard for you to do that. So look no further. You got your guy right here. You can close that job posting right now. That would be mode 1. And it would be confident. It wouldn't be belligerent. It wouldn't be aggressive. It was assertive. Oh, you talking to the right guy. All right, let me see that job. Go ahead and delete that. Go ahead and delete that. You know what to do. Push that through to your assistant manager and let's make that happen as soon as possible. Actually, today. Today. Let's make that happen today. That's what she wants to hear. They want to hear you do that. That's why she took you to lunch. But so we got to learn from these mistakes because we will get passed up and shit about maybe he don't want it. That's what you might have left it with. Maybe he doesn't want it. I gave him the opportunity to take the job, but maybe he don't want it. And then you gave her that impression. For the coaching call, people, I am closing up the show, so I'm going to get to it. Shout out to Will F. for the money. Shout out to you. Let's get to the money. Our brother here, Duke Alexander in the building. I'm saying government names. Shout out to Q the exec. He says, pockets like rabbit ear ass ninjas. Pockets like rabbit ears ass ninjas. Full of lint ass ninjas. Shout out to our brother Daniel, says, funniest Mitch slap yet. He says that bit about the likes. He says you had to make the Mitch like button speech daily. For real. All right, you got to motivate people here. Paul Smith says, say something about tape being free, coach. Is he free? All right, again, I can't keep up with the news. I was meeting with lawyers today, Calico. All right, I don't know about tape being free, but I'll try to get back to it. Yo, we got a lot of brothers here. No government name me. Hey, coach, thank you for the information. I haven't been able to watch while you're live, I think you meant. Just got a new job. I'm bossing up right now. Crazy schedule, but we'll be joining the money mindset soon. Shout out to you. Ko-Fi supporter says the back bedroom bitch is hilarious. He says, you dumb as hell, coach. Cook. Back bedroom having ass ninjas. All right. Shout out to our brother Aesthetic says, keep going in on these Mitches. Hit every angle of attack. Y'all love the Mitch slapping. And for the Mitches, just know there's people that love y'all getting slapped up. So don't be mad. James C says, free agent lifestyle for life. Thank you for being brief. Deshaun Rose says, I don't want to be a freeloading, cocksucking, incel, bitter hurt, no girl getting, basket case, crooked teeth, $2 ass ninja coach. He says, I don't want to be that guy, so here you go. He says, and chill, son.
Hey, yo, chill, son.
All right.
Hey, yo.
Passport Lifestyle says, I appreciate your work ethic, coach. You the GOAT. We here. We here. Thank you, sirs, for contributing. Abdul says, Mitch ass ninjas just want you to dunk on women. It's disgraceful. Boss up or kick rocks. We're holding ourselves accountable. I'll tell you, man, I made lots of mistakes with women. And I had to figure out, like, yo, I had to hold myself accountable here. We got our brother here, the Beast Coast. He says, part 1, I trust you have no loyalty to anybody in this world that includes you, CGA. Though I sub and donate, I say all that to say, I mean it when I say your lives is the best show ever. Nobody beats it. It's like an actual TV show with segments. You don't need to watch the news. And he says, or anything, or you report it all, news, drama, etc. I'm surprised Hollywood is not stealing this. It's an amazing idea. He says, once you watch your show, it's hard to watch anything else, especially red pill channels. It's hard to go back down All they do is complain, but you bring value, and he says, and entertainment. I don't watch TV, and it's rare that I watch anything else on YouTube after I discovered your channel. And he says, cause like you said, like I said, you have it all, and it's hard to go back down. So I just grind in life once I'm all cut up to your videos. I think you meant caught up to your videos. Shout out to you. Thank you for the Beast Coast with that. That was very great. I appreciate that, man. All right. I want to be the best show on YouTube, not just in the red pill. I think I'm way above everybody in the red pill, so it's no point in competing with any of these people. All right, but I say that to say it nicely. I love some of these people in this space, but I want to be the best show on YouTube. Deshaun Rose says, RIP to Alan Roger Currie. Never seen him before. Until now, thanks, coach. But his mode 1 through 4 reminds me of the show you did a while back describing the different types of men, the Chad, the Giga Chad, the gentlemen, and the Tyrones. Y'all hit the like button in here. Shout out to you. Indeed. And 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Shout out to the people going to the sale at the mattress store this weekend to get a deal on a used, refurbished twin mattress. Keep up doing God's work, coach. He says, for all the not all ass ninjas, take me out with the F you song. I'll just take you out with the sponsorship. Shout out to you. All right, because I'm running short on time. Don Yee, hey, coach, I went to church for years, but I learned more from this stream than I ever did listening to any preacher. It's free agent lifestyle for life. Shout out to you, 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink, and coaching calls coming up. I got 2 coming up, and shout out to Flash says big ups for giving our ARC some shine. I wish more people would do it. I wish more people will do it. And who said Andrew Tate is free? Did he say it, or did the world say it? All right, because that ninja said it 5 times already, and it never happened. So that's breaking news to me. Hey, man. Listen, no show tomorrow morning. I know. No show tomorrow morning. All right, I'm handling business, taking flights. All right, first class. All right, Venmo is crashed out. I don't know about you guys, but Venmo is broken on my side. All right, it is broken. Just so you can see here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you guys can see it. But Venmo looks like this right now to me. But let me see if I can type in. Let me see if it... Let me see, maybe it's up again. Okay, maybe it is up. All right, I was on a different page. So I'm going to get the Venmos. All right. Okay, so it's back up. All right, shout out to our brother Eric Seal says, hey, thanks, CGA. I really admire your lowbrow sense of humor. Brevity is the soul of wit. Appreciate you. Tomorrow is often the busiest day of the week, which is a Spanish proverb. No government name showing the support from the treadmill at the gym. Stay on these Mitch ass ninjas' necks. Indeed. Oh boy. We got our brother No Government Name also says, if a woman wants a relationship within weeks, it's because of the economy. You're not special. He says a woman doesn't delete her dating profile. She only deletes the app so that she can continue where she left off. Monk mode for the win. And I'll repeat it again. If a woman wants a relationship within weeks, it's because of the economy. That is a factoid. That is a factoid. We got our brother Matthew S. says, good egg has become my favorite segment of the show. I refuse to be a broke, useless Mitch in 2025. I totally support you, skitty popping these Mitches daily. Keep changing lives. El Santo says, I had a girl said she was 29, but I read that earlier, and that's a co-sponsorship. Macaroni Tony says, one of my day ones just unplugged his controller, so I thank you for providing a healthy outlet in a universe of away from this BS. One love. All right, shout out to you right there. And if anybody else has contributed, say now or forever hold your peace, because I think you guys are probably sent in some Ko-Fis right there. Truth is in the building. Shout out to you. And we'll call you our truth, or you're the real truth. Shout out to you right there. And that is it. So no stream tomorrow, But I'll pop up maybe doing a stream, maybe a IRL or something like that. But I'm gonna be at a university campus tomorrow, and there's gonna be a lot of white women.
Where the white women at?
All right, lots of them where I'm going. But watch the replays. Do me a favor, hit the like button as you exit the stream, and go check out ARC's content. It's just out of my heart, man. Shout out to the Coach Gang. We out of here. Peace.
Better boss up, nigga.